recently lost a brilliant sex symbol and great actress, in my opinion at least, in the late and beautiful Raquel Welch. She was good fun and she could really do a great turn on the screen and on stage, as many people noticed when she took over in things like Victor Victoria and Applause. But there's one reigning old sex symbol, dare I say, of the bygone golden age of Hollywood that's still very much with us, still very much active, and ready to launch her own documentary at the ripe old age of a mere young 90. Who are we talking about? Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here in the very heart of London. Now, if I told you about this particular blonde goddess, absolutely a stunning beauty way back in the day when she was signed to Columbia Pictures under the direct supervision of Harry Cohen, yes, the beautiful Kim Novak. Now, I first became aware of Kim when she starred opposite another beautiful lady, Dame Elizabeth Taylor, in The Mirror Cracked, alongside the recently lost Angela Lansbury as Miss Marple. Now, Kim Novak decided to leave the world of showbiz for good kind of thing in the mid-60s when she became disenchanted, basically because, as she pointed out, she didn't necessarily get the roles that she wished for, wanting to be a serious actress. As she pointed out to me in a very brief chat, she said the studio, Columbia, wanted her to make her a rival to Marilyn Monroe, as they did any blonde in the 1950s. Studio boss Harry Cohen was very, very demanding of her and didn't necessarily want her to be the ice-cold blonde that she became, particularly in Vertigo for Alfred Hitchcock. He also was very displeased about her very many might say in that particular era, shocking relationship with the late and super talented Sammy Davis Jr. So much so he forbade them from being seen in public or indeed going out and possibly even getting engaged. Incredible when you think how times change, isn't it? But Kim Novak is back, as I say, She's starred alongside everybody from the brilliant Frank Sinatra to, of course, John Wayne. The documentary will detail her life and, more importantly, her life after Hollywood, because she wanted really to focus on being an artist. She's done some brilliant works and they've kept her very well in the lifestyle, no doubt, that she's become accustomed. It's strange, though, isn't it, when you think, because as she pointed out, when you reach a certain age, they then start to put together collectives of you, giving you certain awards because quite simply you've lived that long. But possibly Kim is one of the remaining few that did live through the remaining era of course, the studio system. As she pointed out, she said, look, it was a great period. In many respects, you got picked up, trained, given a whole new name, a whole new title, a whole new backstory. And she said you were very young, but you normally came from a background where you were grateful for that particular money. She said herself she became very quickly disenchanted with the Hollywood system. And as the 60s progressed and people could have a little bit more independence about how they wanted to run their lives, and more importantly, their careers, she saw this as a way out. She still looks good today, she's still feisty, and I can't recommend her documentary, which is coming out in the next few weeks, highly enough. It's nice to actually get their story, isn't it, from that person who lived it as they were going through it. The downside to it, she did say this. It's strange, she said, when you look back at all the greats that people now idolize, like Marilyn, Sinatra, Elvis. She said these were all people, of course, that I got to know, loved, and cared about. And now to see them in this iconic status while I'm still here is rather strange. Of course, let's not forget, Kim started out very young, early 20s, incredible when you think, and achieved so much success. Kim, of course, is hoping that this documentary will prove to be the definitive and, more importantly, real version of her events and her life in the golden age of Hollywood. Look out for it soon. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.